Now let's talk about the importance of risk management, no? Kung bakit nga ba kailangan natin 'to sa pagte-trade. So, the first one what we have here is why is there a need to emphasize, 'di ba? Bakit natin siya kailangang i-emphasize or bigyan ng pansin? Simply because risk is always present in every trade, 'di ba? Kasi nga in everything or in every trade that we do, there's always a risk na matalo tayo, right? There's always a risk na hindi mag-go according to our plan yung trade, right? So what happens is that there's a potentiality na or there's a possibility na matalo tayo, and if matalo tayo, it's a risk na we are losing some or a portion of our money, di ba? So lagi siyang present sa bawat trade. So hindi natin siya pwedeng i-avoid, no? Kasi nga hindi tayo kikita if hindi tayo magre-risk, right? So laging present siya for every trade. Next is when it comes to risk management, no? Kailangan since nga present yung risk or yung possibility na matalo tayo for every trade, then risk management is important to limit yung risk natin, 'di ba? Para mag-survive sa market. Kasi kapag hindi natin nilimitahan yung risk natin, 'di ba? Especially kapag high risk, high reward ng nasa isip natin, ang tendency is that mauubusan tayo ng capital, right? And if naubusan tayo ng capital, then we won't be able to trade for anymore, 'di ba? We won't be able to trade anymore. So, risk management is important to limit our losses, no? In order for us to survive. Now, it is the only controllable and that the outcome is not, 'di ba? Kasi when you think about it, 'di ba? Hindi natin alam kung ano yung mangyayari sa market, right? But alam natin kung magkano yung kaya nating i-risk or magkano yung pera na kaya nating mawala. So, since hindi nga natin alam kung anong pwedeng mangyari sa market, pwede siyang mag-pump or pwede siyang mag-dump, pwede tayong manalo, pwede tayong matalo, 'di ba? Ang kaya nating gawin is to minimize our risk or minimize our losses, 'di ba? Kasi that way, kahit na hindi natin alam kung anong pwedeng mangyari sa market, makakapag-survive pa rin tayo in a way na kaya nating mag-trade for a long run, 'di ba? Kaya nating mag-trade ng paulit-ulit kahit na puro talo tayo, right? So it is the only controllable and that the outcome is not, no? And then it should be defined before entry and not after. Kasi imagine your value at risk is $10, right? So this is the value na willing kang mawala or comfortable kang mawala, 'di ba? And then bago ka mag-enter ng trade, hindi mo pa alam kung saan mo isa-set yung stop loss mo, 'di ba? Let's say nag-entry ka rito, tapos meron ka ng inallocate. Tapos ang invalidation mo is dito. But yung value at risk mo or VAR mo, no? Andito pa lang yung price, pag bumaba pa lang dito yung price, $10 na siya, no? And then kapag bumagsak pa siya rito, that would be $20, right? So, ngayon ang tendency ang nangyari is that lumalaki yung value at risk mo. So nawawalan tayo ng consistency when it comes to value at risk, no? Kasi nga supposedly dito yung invalidation ng setup mo. But ang nangyari is that since nga $10 lang yung value at risk mo, no? Dito pa lang magkakaroon ka na ng $10 loss. Then ang tendency kapag bumagsak yung price dito at nandito yung stop loss mo, mas malaki yung mawawala sa'yo. And if mas malaki yung mawawala sa'yo, then most likely hindi ka magkakaroon ng consistency sa capital, no? Kasi nga kapag natalo ka ng $20, that's let's say 2R, 'di ba? That's 2 reward, no? So kung 1:2 ka na risk to reward ratio, then ang tendency kapag nanalo ka sa isang trade, then dun mo palang mababawi yung losses mo, no? And mastering risk is one of the foundation of consistently profitable trading, 'di ba? Kasi nga kapag wala tayong consistency on how much we risk, no? Let's say, ang nire-risk mo per trade is hindi consistent. Pwedeng sa isang trade, $10, di ba? And then sa next trade is $20. Or sa third trade is $50, right? So let's say natalo ka dyan sa tatlong yan, di ba? So that's a total of $80. Now, paano naman kung manalo ka, right? And let's say na ang ni-risk mo is $10, right? So $10 ang ni-risk mo times 2 kasi nga 2 ang risk to reward ratio mo, then that's a total of $20, right? Which is hindi mo mababawi yung losses mo, right? Simply because malaki yung naging risk mo sa ibang trade, right? Sa second and third trade. But if let's say consistent yung ano mo, yung risk mo per trade, let's say meron kang 3 trades na $10, right? Ang nire-risk mo per trade. So kapag natalo ka dyan sa tatlong yan, no? Tapos nanalo ka ng isang beses na 1:2 risk to reward ratio, then that's a $20. So ngayon, ang tendency na cover na itong dalawang losses, right? So that's one of the things na we are talking about. Kasi nga, if you master value at risk or if you master the risk itself, if consistent yung approach mo when it comes to risking your money and meron siyang sustainability, then it would help you in becoming profitable. Kasi nga, hindi malaki yung gap between the losses and the wins or the profits na kailangan mong ma-earn, right? So that's why we are emphasizing risk management. Simply because this is one of the foundation para maging consistently profitable trading. Diba? Kung hindi tayo consistent on our risk, then the possibility na maging profitable tayo is very low, right? So next, we have the survival principle. Now, sa survival principle, ang goal natin dito is, again, to stay in the game. Diba? To stay in the game long enough for us to see kung meron nga ba tayong edge dito. Diba? Kasi nga, survival principle, sabi natin before na kapag walang sustainability yung risk natin, kumbaga sa $1,000 capital, right? Ang nire-risk natin per trade is $500. So, dalawang trade lang, dalawang talo lang na trade, wala ka na sa market, right? Hindi ka na makakapag-trade ulit. And kailangan mo pa ulit mag-deposit, right? So, that's why survival principle is one of the important things for you as a newbie, no? Because it helps you to stay in the game. Kasi kapag kaya mong i-divide into many trades or series of trades yung capital mo, then makakapag-trade ka ng mas matagal. Kasi kapag wala kang capital, di ba? Hindi ka na makakapag-trade. Basically, that's what it is, di ba? So, capital preservation is our priority, especially if you are a newbie. Kasi nga, yung capital natin yung nagiging fuel in order for us to trade, right? So without capital, there's no trading, right? So if you want to stay long enough for your edge to work out, no, then you have to understand na as a newbie, your first goal is to stay in the game long enough, di ba? Kasi kapag wala ka ng capital, then hindi ka na makakapag-trade. Paano kung may makita ka ulit setup, right? And yung setup na yon is panalo na, right? Or paano ka makaka-win streak if, let's say, malose streak ka muna, right? So, mauubusan ka muna ng capital. So, that's why our goal as a newbie or your goal as a newbie is to first stay in the game. Next, we have the risk of ruin, no? So, sa risk of ruin, there's a probability that you will lose your entire account. Meaning, mababurn mo yung pera, buong pera na dineposit mo sa account mo. It's a possibility, no? Kasi nga, hindi natin alam kung ano yung mangyayari sa market, right? So, there's always a possibility na matatali tayo. And for every loss, that we incur or that we make is that we pay it through money, right? We pay it through dollars. So, there's a probability na masunog yung account natin, especially if wala tayong sustainability when it comes to capital preservation, right? When it comes to protecting our capital. Kasi nga, if hindi natin protektahan yung capital natin, again, hindi na tayo makapag-trade, right? And under the risk prone, it increases with higher risk per trade, right? So, our key concept is for long-term survival, di ba? Kasi nga, kapag ka, let's say, nasunugan ka, let's say, meron kang $1,000, di ba? And then, nasunugan ka, let's say, nawala na yan, no? Ngayon, magde-deposit ka ulit. Tapos, hindi mo pa rin babaguhin yung habits mo, right? Hindi mo pa rin babaguhin yung ginagawa mo. Ang nire-risk mo pa rin is napakalaki, right? And to the point na wala ng sustainability. Right? Let's say, $500 ang nire-risk mo. So, ngayon, tsumamba ka man dyan, no? Manalo ka man. But in the long run kasi, in long-term perspective, no? Hindi siya sustainable, no? Ang tinitingnan kasi natin dito is that we will earn monthly, no? Or yearly in a sustainable way, no? Or we can do this for a long time, no? So, if you want to earn in this market for a long time, no? Probably, makita nyo sa sarili nyo na gagawin nyo to for a long term, no? Hanggang sa tumanda kayo. So, if you want to do that, then first, what you have to do is to think long term, no? And in thinking that long-term perspective, you have to understand na kailangan yung babaan yung risk nyo per trade, no? And it should have, or it should be sustainable enough for you to stay long in the game. So next, we have the loss recovery reality. Now, ito naman, no, papakita natin dito kung, ayan, yung losses ng 10% or negative 10%, para mabawi nyo yan, kailangan nyo ng plus 11%. Diba? And yung negative 50%, para mabawi nyo yan, kailangan nyo ng positive 100%. So, imagine that. So, napakalaki nung kailangan nyo na wins or percentage wins, percentage increase, para mabawi yung losses. Right? So, meaning losses are asymmetrical. So, kapag bumaba ng 50% yung price, no, in order for you to reach this break even, kailangang mag-earn ng price or kailangang umakyat ng price ng 100%. Right? So, here is an example. Diba? So, kung mapapansin nyo, from this candle wick up to this candle wick, yung bagsak niya is negative 68.57%. So, imagine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, in a span of 12 weeks, no? So, that's about 3 months, bumagsak yung token or coin ng 68.57%. No? And, in order for the coin or token na mabawi itong losses na to, itong 68.57% na to, kailangan niyang umakyat ng about 215%. No? And, one of the realities sa market is that hindi naman lahat ng tokens or coins is nababawi or binabawi itong akyat na to, right? Or binabawi itong losses na to. So, imagine that, no? That's the reality, right? Na you cannot easily recover your money. So, that's why capital preservation is one of the important things that you need to do, especially when you are starting out, no? So, ngayon, one of the importance ng risk management is for you to turn your mindset into a professional one. Diba? And, you have to understand na kailangan ang maging focus nyo is doon sa value at risk at hindi sa profit. No? Kasi nga, kung let's say, sa profit tayo naka-focus. Diba? Kapag sa profit tayo naka-focus or on how much we earn, then syempre, relative dyan yung kailangan nating i-risk. Diba? with high risk comes high reward. Diba? Hindi tayo makaka-earn ng $500 if hindi tayo magre-risk or hindi natin kaya mag-risk ng $500. Right? So, ngayon, high risk, high reward. Diba? Which is hindi sustainable. No? And hindi siya realistic. Especially if ang capital mo is $1,000 and you want to turn it into $2,000. Diba? Gusto mo agad doblehin siya. Eh, newbie ka pa lang. Diba? Well, that's possible naman, no? But, hindi siya sustainable, no? So, kung nakafocus tayo sa profit, ang tendency, maneneglect or mapapabayaan natin yung value at risk. Ang tendency, lalakihan natin yung risk natin just to earn the $2,000. Right? Gusto nating ma-turn into $2,000 yung capital natin, no? So, ang tendency, para ma-earn yung $1,000 na difference is that magre-risk tayo ng mas malaki. Diba? Kasi nga, hindi naman tayo kikita ng $1,000 kung hindi tayo magre-risk ng malaki. Right? So, ang mangyayari, if matalo tayo, then, pwede siyang maging cycle. Right? Paulit-ulit. Magde-deposit ka, matatalo, de-deposit, matatalo. Diba? So, that's not what we want to teach, no? So that's why we are emphasizing na mag-focus tayo doon sa value at risk or yung sa pera na kaya niyang mawala, hindi sa profit. Kasi kapag nakafocus tayo sa profit, magiging greedy tayo. And if maging greedy tayo, then most likely, magre-risk tayo ng malaki. And if mag-risk tayo ng malaki, then hindi siya magiging sustainable for us in the long run. And you should define your risk per trade, di ba? That's a professional mindset. Kasi nga, if or by defining your risk per trade, no, alam mo na kung magkano yung mawawala sa'yo. And hindi ka na magiging or malilesen yung emotional reaction mo. Kasi nga, let's say, alam mo na $10 yung mawawala sa'yo pag na-invalidate yung setup mo or pag na-hit yung stop loss mo. No? So, alam mo na sa sarili mo na kaya mong mawala to. Or if hindi mo kayang mawala itong $10, then pwede mo siyang i-adjust into $5. Right? Until komportable ka na. So, by defining your risk per trade, alam mo na komportable kang mawala to. Alam mo na yung mawawala sa'yo in case na sabihin ng market sa'yo na mali ka. No? In case na ipakita sa'yo ng market na mali ka. Diba? Also, malalaman mo rin na let's say, nakadefine na yung risk mo per trade, malalaman mo rin kung ilang trades yung kayang gawin ng capital mo, right? Let's say, sa $10, right? $10 ang value at risk mo, no? So, yung kaya mong mawala per trade. Then, in order for you to burn this account, no? In order for you na masunog tong pera na to, you would need at least 100 trades, di ba? And, kailangan 100 losing streak yun for you to lose your $1,000, no? So, that's what, or that's why we are turning your mindset into a professional one, di ba? Next, you have to think long-term, di ba? Kasi in thinking long-term, you are not letting this profit hinder your judgment, di ba? Kasi nga, nakatingin tayo sa long-term growth. So, syempre, kung long-term growth yan, then it's a series of ups and downs, right? Or pag ganyan yan, right? But, if titingnan mo siya in long-term perspective, dire-diretso yung paakyat, right? So, ayun yung gusto nating makita sa equity line natin, no? And, from profit focus to risk focus, diba? Kasi, again, kapag nakafocus tayo masyado sa profit, nawawala yung focus natin sa risk. And if mawala yung focus natin sa risk, then ang mangyayari is that magre-risk tayo ng malaki, right? Just to earn a particular amount of money, no? Which is not recommendable. And how do we do that? No? How do we turn ourselves into a professional ones? No? So, simple lang. Before you enter a trade, ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose? No? Gaano kalaki yung kaya mong mawala sa'yo. Diba? Kasi, by doing this, or by asking yourself before you enter a trade, nadidefine mo na agad yung risk mo per trade. Alam mo na agad na komportable kang mawala tong pera na to. Right? Kasi, kung hindi ka willing mawala itong particular pera na to, particular money, let's say $10, you are not willing to lose this money in a single trade, no? Then, ang tendency, pwedeng tutok ka sa chart. Right? Pwedeng babad na babad ka sa chart. No? So, ang tendency, nauubos yung oras mo, kakatitig sa chart. Right? Or konting galaw lang ng price, pumipitik na agad yung $10. Right? Which is not sustainable, no? And one of the things na ayaw nating mangyari. So, kasi nga, no? If you think about it, diba? If babad na kayo sa chart or palagi kayo nakatingin sa chart, kasi nga, hindi kayo willing mawala itong particular amount of money, then ang tendency, mauubos yung oras nyo sa chart, no? Or maglilid siya into emotional reaction, diba? Or magiging emotional kayo sa pagtitrade, right? Kasi nga, hindi kayo komportable sa nire-risk nyo, right? And if hindi kayo komportable, nakatitig lang kayo buong araw sa chart, no? Binabantayan yung chart, no? And that's not what we want to promote, no? And can I accept this loss without emotional reaction, no? Kasi nga usually, no, or generally, yung emotional reaction or yung emotions natin is nakalink doon sa nire-risk natin per trade. So if malaki yung nire-risk natin per trade, then most likely talagang kakabahan tayo, right? Kasi nga, hindi natin kayang mawala yung pera na yun eh. No? Kaya ang nangyayari is that nagiging emotional tayo tuwing nakikita natin yung pagbaba at pag-akyat ng profit or unrealized profit. No? So, ang tendency, nagiging emotional trader tayo. So, ayaw natin mangyari yun. No? And, is this risk sustainable over a series of trades? Diba? So, ito yung sinasabi natin kanina. No? Sustainable ba siya? Kaya mo bang gumawa ng 50 to 100 trades doon sa capital na yon, sa nire-risk mo na yon? Diba? Kasi kung hindi, then most likely, maglilid siya into emotional reaction. Right? Or, maglilid siya sa pagsunog mo ng account. Right? Sa pagsunog mo ng pera. And pwede siya maging cycle na paulit-ulit. Magde-deposit ka, mababurn yung account mo, and then magde-deposit ka ulit. Right? So, ayaw natin mangyari yun. No? So, you have to understand na kailangan sustainable yung risk mo per trade. Right? And, if you are not comfortable with the loss, then you are not ready for the trade. Diba? So, kailangan yung ni-risk mo per trade, yung value at risk mo, or VAR, is komportable ka mawala sa'yo. Diba? Kasi, if hindi ka komportable, then, mahihirapan kang mag-survive sa market or mahihirapan kang maging profitable. And that's the reality, no? So, kung gusto mong lumaki yung kita mo, no? Then, what you have to do is, instead of increasing your value at risk, lakihan mo na lang yung capital mo. Right? Kasi, let's say, meron kang $1,000 capital. Right? Ang nire-risk mo per trade, or let's say ang monthly percentage mo na nakakaya mong i-earn per month, no, is $100, right? So that's 10%. 10% per month. So imagine na nag-average ka ng 10% per month, right? Your average is 10% per month. Actually, malaki na yan, no? So kung yan yung average mo, $100 lang siya sa $1,000 capital, no? But if, let's say, ang capital mo is $10,000, right? And 10% niyan, then, ang 10% niya is $1,000, right? Pero, 10% pa rin siya, right? So, yung average mo pa rin yan. So, imagine that, no? All you have to do is increase your capital if gusto mong lakihan yung, or lumaki yung kita mo. And hindi ka nakafocus doon sa risk, no? Hindi mo lalakihan yung risk mo. Ang lalakihan mo lang is yung capital mo, 'di ba? So, that's what we're talking about, no? So, that's it for this video or for the importance of risk management, no? I hope you learned something. And sa next video naman, pag-uusapan natin kung ano yung mga risk model, no? Or kung ano nga ba yung ways for us to risk.